there is one quiet habit so common after the age of 60 that almost nobody notices they are doing it, and yet it adds 10 full years to how the world sees you the moment you walk into a room. The strangest part is this: it has nothing to do with your skin, your hair, or your weight. It is something you do without even thinking every single day. Before I tell you what it is, hit that subscribe button, because what comes next will change the way you see yourself. Let me tell you something I have watched for the better part of 40 years, something almost no one over the age of 60 wants to hear, even though they need to hear it more than anything else. The habit I am about to describe is so ordinary, so woven into the way most people carry themselves after a certain age, that pointing it out feels almost rude. But I am not here to be polite with you. I am here to tell you the truth, because if you are watching this video, you already suspect that something has shifted and you want to know what it is. The habit is this: somewhere between the age of 55 and 65, most people stop holding themselves up. Not their bodies, not their bones, not their muscles, but their entire presence. The shoulders fall forward just a little. The chin lowers half an inch. The eyes start looking down more often than up. The voice softens, not from kindness, but from a quiet retreat. The energy that used to fill a room without effort starts to fold inward, like a flag being slowly lowered at the end of the day. And the strangest thing about it, the part that makes this habit so devastating, is that the person doing it has no idea it is happening. They feel exactly the same on the inside. They still believe they are walking the way they walked at 40. But the world sees something else entirely. I have watched people in restaurants, in parks, in shops, family gatherings. I have watched the way the same person can look 10 years younger or 10 years older within a single afternoon, depending only on whether they were carrying themselves up or letting themselves sink. And I will tell you something even more important. When this habit takes hold, it is not the wrinkles or the gray hair that age you. It is the surrender in the body. People do not see your face first. They see the shape you make in the air. They see whether you take up space or whether you apologize for being in the room. Now here is the part that will sting a little, and I want you to sit with it. The reason this habit forms is not weakness. It is not laziness. It is something far more human than that. After a certain age, the world starts treating you a little differently. People stop turning their heads the way they used to. Conversations move on without waiting for your opinion. Younger people speak over you in shops and at counters, and without realizing it, you start to match what the world is showing you. You start to make yourself smaller because the world has quietly told you that you are smaller now. You stop standing tall because no one seems to be watching anymore. And the moment you stop standing tall, the world stops watching even more, and the habit deepens. It is a circle, and most people never see the door out of it. But there is a door, and I am going to show it to you right now. The way out of this habit is not exercise, although exercise helps. It is not posture lessons, although those help too. The way out is something far simpler and far more powerful. It is the decision made fresh every single morning that you are still here, still part of the room, still worth turning a head for. That decision shows up in the body before it shows up in the mind. It shows up in the way you walk through a doorway. It shows up in the way you order coffee. It shows up in the way you sit down across from someone at a table. The people who keep their presence after 60 are not the ones with the best skin or the smallest waist. They are the ones who never gave themselves permission to disappear. Think about the last time you saw someone over the age of 70 who walked into a room and made everyone notice without saying a single word. Think about the way they held their shoulders, the way they looked people in the eye, the way they took a breath before they spoke, as if every word they said was worth waiting for. That is not vanity. That is not arrogance. That is the refusal to fold. And it is the single most attractive quality a human being can carry at any age, but especially after 60, when so few people choose to carry it anymore. Now, I want to tell you something even more honest. The people who notice this habit in you are not strangers. They are the people closest to you. Your partner sees it first, even if they never say a word about it. They see the way you sink into a chair instead of settling into it. They see the way you walk a few steps behind instead of beside. They see the way you stop reaching for their hand the way you used to. And slowly, without either of you ever speaking about it, something cools. Not love, not loyalty, but the spark that comes from being with someone who still feels alive in their own body. That spark is not built on age, it is built on presence, and presence is the one thing you can choose to keep no matter what the calendar says. So here is what I want you to do, starting today, starting the moment this video ends. Stand up. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chin until your eyes are level with the horizon, not the floor. Take one deep breath all the way down to the bottom of your lungs, and remind yourself out loud if you need to, that you are not finished, you are not retired from the room. You are not a guest in your own life. You are still the main story, and the main story does not slouch. The main story walks in like it belongs there, because it does. The people who keep this one habit alive, the habit of holding themselves up, are the ones who keep being seen, keep being chosen, keep being remembered, long after their peers have quietly faded into the background. And I want you to be one of them. I want you to be the person who walks into a family dinner, into a restaurant, into a doctor's office, and reminds everyone in the room that age is a number, but presence is a choice. Make the choice, make it today, and make it again tomorrow. That is the only way the habit changes. One morning at a time, one doorway at a time, one breath at a time. What I have shared with today is not a trick, and it is not a secret reserved for a lucky few. It is a quiet decision that anyone can make at any age, in any moment. The habit of folding inward took years to build, and it will take some time to unbuild, but every single time you catch yourself sinking and choose to rise instead, you are pulling those years back. You are taking back the room you thought you had lost, and the people around you will feel it long before they ever find the words to describe it. If something in this video reached you, even for a moment, do me one small favor before you go. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment telling me where you are watching from, share this with someone over the age of 60 who needs to hear it today. There is so much more I want to share with you about the small, invisible habits that shape the way the world sees us after a certain age, and the next video is already waiting for you. Stand tall, stay present, and I will see you in the next one.